Well, hello everyone. I hope you are doing well on this beautiful summer day. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about this thing that it's not a small thing, it's a big thing. It's our mind and what we think about ourselves and what we believe about ourselves, and kind of that story that we tell ourselves when something goes wrong or when things start to slip and our motivation starts to sink. And, I've heard these different quotes and phrases of, you create what you believe. And, for the longest time, I've struggled with burnout. And I've also struggled with that feeling of, and that belief that I wasn't enough. And your mind can play so many tricks on you, and your mind, that mindset, is just so important when it comes to, staying motivated throughout the day, and also, being more productive in your business and really being connected to your business and to your brand. It also plays a huge part in just, everyday life and how we communicate with our family and our friends, and, how we communicate just with other people. So keeping that mindset fresh and positive is just so important. And like I said, if you're a business owner and an entrepreneur, as things happen, as struggles happen, as, events happen in our business, we have a tendency to let our mind start to run this story, almost like a tape in our head, that starts to create this, like, all of a sudden swirl of, oh my gosh, I'm not enough. Oh my gosh, I didn't do that right. Oh my gosh, I'm a failure. Oh my God. And you just start, la 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 la, and it just starts sinking. As well as if you're, an employee in a company and something starts to happen, or you're a manager in a company, or even, you're a parent, and inevitably things happen in life. Struggle is inevitable. Fear is inevitable. It's not going away. It happens. But it's our mindset and how we handle those situations and how we get through those situations that is really the key to keeping us moving forward and keeping us from sinking into a slump, from sinking into depression, from getting anxiety, from, wanting to give up. And even giving up. And, as I said, I myself have been through burnout, not just once, twice. And it is one of the hardest things to recover from. My first incident with burnout, I was working in corporate America. I had a retail store, and I was also starting my marketing business. And I was running on empty. And when you're running on empty, you really can't give much. And what was happening is I was telling myself, you can't do this, you're not good enough, you can't do this isn't going to work. And I just kept focusing on all these negative things. Second time I went through burnout was when my husband was diagnosed with cancer. And I just felt like I had to just go. I, wanted to be the rock for him, and I wanted to, get all these things done and get my business going and get my business moving. And, you're just going, and you start to kind of sync with your mindset, and just start to think, oh my gosh, why me? Why is this happening? I can't do this. I'm not good enough. Things aren't going right. And again, you just start to sink. And being through that myself, and also I had gone through, if you know my story, I had a brain injury many years ago that led me to I actually had two brain injuries back to back. But that's what led me to studying productivity and studying how to set goals and priorities and how to strategize my day. And unfortunately, along the way, I experienced burnout from different things that were coming into my life and different things that were happening. So the next piece in what I learned to do and what I experienced was figuring out that motivation piece and figuring out how to stay, like how to keep going, how to take situations and struggles that you may go through and how to change the way that you see them, change your perspective so that I could stay motivated and I could continue going and not fall back into that slump and that burnout. And one of the things that I realized is, and they always say, you teach what you experience, but one of the things that I realized is as I was working with many of my customers, my entrepreneurs and business owners, and even just talking to friends of mine that were starting businesses, and hearing their struggles of trying to manage their schedule and trying to and getting burned out and trying to figure out how to get everything done. And I thought to myself, before we can build this amazing brand and marketing strategy, the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out what is going to work for them to shift that mindset. I can give you the guidelines that I have, that I use in my own practice, and I've experienced myself in my journey. But what is going to work for you is exactly that. Like, it's got to be custom for you. Figuring out how to change your mindset, figuring out how to stay positive and stay motivated is something that, as when I work with my one-on-one people, we figure out, okay, what is the struggle? And then we figure out what is going to work for them to keep their mindset positive. And some of the things that we work through are how to keep their mind fresh and how to, what kinds of consistent reminders we can set up on a daily basis that may trigger something every hour, every couple hours to keep them fresh, because you're constantly shifting gears and pivoting. I mean, that's just life for anybody. Life doesn't, it's not like you get up in the beginning of the day and it's like, okay, this is my schedule for the day. I mean, yeah, we can stick to it, but life happens, it's just, that's real. That's reality. So what we need to do is be able to pivot. But if you don't have that positive mindset or that healthy mindset and know how to keep it like that, things can easily swirl out of control. And as I said, I've been there. And in working with my one-on-one clients, that's what we started to figure out. Is I started to say to myself, I need to start from foundation with them, and we need to figure out how to re-energize them and invigorate, their brand by changing the way that they were perceiving things. Because with a lot of people that I start working with, they've gotten to the point where it's like, I am sinking and I'm sinking fast and I need to figure out how I can swim again. So that's why I decided to create my new course, Master Your Motivation. And what this does is it helps you to figure out what's priority, what's not priority, and how to start shifting some things little by little according to what's going to work for you, to create good daily habits, to create a good daily morning routine, and to also help you to shift that mindset and how to stay positive, little tips and strategies that I use in my own life, and I've learned how to use them because I've experienced it. How to, when you start to feel yourself kind of going down that path where you're like, and you start that negative thoughts start to creep in, how to shift that quickly. And that was one of the guiding principles behind creating my new course, Master Your Motivation. And there is one module that we go through that is all about creating a motivation mindset and how you can keep that motivation mindset, every day, every week, and how to take certain struggles that happen, and have some tools, have some things in your back pocket that you can use to hopefully pull you out of that slump. I teach you in this module how to stay focused and how to focus on those little wins, how to set up some triggers so that like I said, I mean, visually you can see something and hopefully, shift your mindset. Life just throws curveballs at us. And for the longest time, I know for myself, I was not equipped to be able to shift and be able to change my perspective when things would happen. And I want to, in my course, and the reason why I created it, in going through things myself, but then also working with my one-on-one clients, to give people the opportunity and to teach them how they can do that themselves, just by giving some simple things that they can do and having them customize it so that it works for them. And I know for myself, what I did for the longest time is, as I was going through this burnout, all I did was I kept seeking out things from people. I kept, trying to find different mentors and trying to go through different programs and what I needed to do is take everything that I learned and really look inside myself and say, how do I want to show up in this world? How do I want people to see me? How do I want to show up, to people as I'm teaching and coaching and just being me? And really connecting to my voice. And that's where, and connecting my heart and my mind, and my soul. And that's where Master Your Motivation comes from, is, connecting this all together and giving you, like I said, simple strategies that you can keep in your back pocket, that really bring everything together and connect everything together. And all I'm doing is I'm just guiding you and I'm teaching you. You're actually doing the work and you're actually putting things together yourself based on these guidelines that I'm giving you so that it works for you, so that it's yours, so that you are doing things and creating your motivation mantra and creating your inspiration triggers that mean something to you. Not something that I tell you to do, not something that I say, okay, you need to say every day, this is going to keep you motivated. You need to say every day, you got this. Because for some people, they're like, it just doesn't resonate. So the whole purpose behind, or the whole building of Mastering Your Motivation, is to give you some guidelines based on my own experiences and have you create what's going to work for you. So Master Your Motivation is open, and I hope you join me inside this course because you are going to learn so many things. You are going to discover that you can create more space in your day. You don't have to work 12, 14, 16, 18 hours. You don't have to go through burnout by yourself. You can even prevent it, not try, but you can even prevent it. Just make time in your schedule, free up time in your schedule so that you can spend time with the people that you love, doing what you love. And you can also shift, your perspective on things and hopefully keep yourself motivated and moving forward so that you can achieve all those things that you want to achieve and so that you can design and live the life that you want to live, and you can build a better business that's going to make an amazing difference in this world. And I'd like to help you do that. And that's why I created Master Your Motivation. It's 4 modules. We go through, module number 1 is all about creating good daily habits. Module number 2, we really dig into removing distractions, because distractions is where we really get lost and totally get derailed. Module number 3 is all about this motivation mindset and how to stay motivated every day. How to shift your mind when you start to feel yourself getting a little negative, how to shift it back to the positive and how to keep going and how to stay motivated. And module number 4 is all about bringing it all together and keeping yourself accountable through tools that I use in my own life. Paper planners, apps on your phone, things that I use and that I teach people in my one-on-one mentoring sessions how to use. And then there's also a super cool, awesome bonus about how to set your goals so that they are goals that are all encompassing all areas of your life. They're not just focused around personal development, or they're not just focused around business goals. they're all encompassing so that you feel much more balanced in your life. It's how I set goals in my own life, and I have for many years, based on what I learned from one of my first mentors, Chalene Johnson. So I hope you join me in this course, Master Your Motivation. And like I said, it is open. So if you click on the link below in the comments or in this blog post, you can join me inside. And I hope to see you. Take care, be well, and I'll see you inside the course.